203 BC, Parangipetai, Tamil Nadu. On November 30th, a divine child was born. His birth name was Nagarajan, which in English translates to the King of Serpents. His father was the priest of a village temple. At the age of 5, Nagarajan was kidnapped and sold as a slave in Calcutta. Fortunately, his new owner was a kind man and freed him soon after. He then joined a group of wandering sannyasis, people who lived a life of renunciation due to their love for God and radiant faces. Thus began the legend of how Nagarajan became one of the highest-level spiritual figures to ever grace the earth, the teacher of teachers, revered Father Mahavtar Babaji. For several years he traveled to different places and studied holy scriptures like the Vedas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Bhagavad Gita. At the age of 11, he embarked on a difficult journey by foot and boat with a group of ascetics to Kataragama, Sri Lanka, where he met Siddha Boganath and became his disciple. He performed intensive yogic sadhana with Siddha Boganath, who then inspired Nagarajan to seek initiation into Kriya Kundalini Pranayam, or Vasi Yogam, from Siddha Agastya. The term Vasi means control or mastery, and yoga refers to the union of the individual self with universal consciousness. It is a yogic practice involving a series of breathing techniques, physical postures, and mental focus. Specific patterns of breathing synchronize the breath with the movements of the spine and chakras. This powerful technique helps practitioners still the mind, dissolve karma, and experience the blissful state of inner peace and unity consciousness. It is said to activate the Kundalini, a spiritual energy coiled at the base of the spine, raising it through the chakras, the subtle energy centers of the body, to attain self-realization and oneness with the divine. Following his guru's instructions, Nagarajan became a disciple of Siddha Agastya and was initiated into the secrets of Kriya Kundalini. After his initiation, Nagarajan traveled to Badrinath and spent 18 months practicing yogic kriyas taught by his gurus. This led him to attain self-realization, surpassing the limitations of time and space and achieving mastery over the physical realm. He became renowned by various titles including Mahavtar Babaji, Mahamuni, Triambaka Baba, Shiva Baba, and Badwa Baba. In 1861, in the Himalayas, Lahiri Mahasaya, who worked as an accountant for the British government, heard a voice calling his name while walking in a desolate area. Following the voice up a mountain, he encountered the tall and divinely radiant Mahavtar Babaji. Despite being over 2,000 years old, Babaji appeared no older than 25. This youthful appearance led Lahiri Mahasaya to believe that Babaji's spirit may have taken on a youthful form to communicate with him. Babaji initiated Lahiri Mahasaya into Kriya Yoga, revealing that he had been his guru in a past life. Though Lahiri Mahasaya had no memory of this, Babaji tapped his forehead, and the memories flooded back. Babaji instructed him to initiate others into Kriya Yoga and spread the message around the world. Though Lahiri Mahasaya desired to remain with Babaji, he was told to return and teach Kriya Yoga to others. Babaji seemingly felt the time was right to share Kriya Yoga with the world, and Lahiri Mahasaya would be the one to initiate this. In 1894, during the Kumbh Mela in Allahabad, Babaji was spotted as a sadhu or sage by Swami Sri Yukteswar Giri, a disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya, who later became the mentor of Paramhansa Yogananda. Babaji was seen sitting under a tree with a group of attractive disciples. Onlookers noted the striking resemblance between Lahiri Mahasaya's description of Babaji and this young sadhu. Babaji discussed the materialism of the West and the need for a golden middle path of activity and spirituality between East and West. Babaji informed Swami Yukteswar that he had a role to play in this exchange and that he would be sent a disciple to train and achieve this goal. That disciple was Paramhansa Yogananda. 1920, Calcutta, West Bengal. Babaji appeared at Yogananda's doorstep and identified himself as the great Mahavtar Babaji, the master Yogananda's guru had told him about. Babaji instructed Yogananda to go to America, where he would preach the gospel of Kriya Yoga and spread the great yogic science to the West, saying, "Follow the behest of your guru and go to America. Fear not, you shall be protected. You are the one I have chosen to spread the message of Kriya Yoga in the West." Yogananda followed Babaji's command and spent over 30 years in America as an ambassador of Kriya Yoga, greatly influencing hundreds of thousands of people just as Babaji had predicted. Yogananda shared that Babaji also had a self-realized and enlightened sister named Mataji, described as a young and majestic woman. During one of their meetings, Babaji mentioned to Mataji that he was considering leaving his physical body. However, Mataji pleaded with him not to do so, saying, "Please do not ever relinquish your form." In response, Babaji said, "Be it so. I shall never leave my physical body. It will always remain visible to a small number of people on this earth." 1935, the Himalayas. While wandering in the northern Himalayas near Badrinarayan, Swami Kebalananda, a disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya and the Sanskrit tutor of Yogananda, took shelter in a cave. The deathless master appeared before him, manifesting himself from within a recess of the cave. He imparted spiritual advice to Swami Kebalananda and left a message for Yogananda, stating that he would not be able to meet him at that time despite Yogananda's eager anticipation, but promised to meet him on another occasion. Mahavtar Babaji is considered to have achieved the highest spiritual state beyond human comprehension, and is therefore free from the cycle of birth and death. His primary objective is to aid prophets in fulfilling their unique missions, inhabiting a physical body solely to help humanity. He has been doing so for thousands of years and is perceived as an immortal being with access to a higher level of consciousness and awareness. He is said to be chosen by God to remain on Earth for the duration of this world cycle, which spans thousands of years. Babaji typically astral travels to points of interest on Earth and is presumably moving about in the Himalayan mountains with a small group of disciples where he was last seen, keeping a watchful gaze on those earnestly seeking the ultimate. He can appear in any form to help humanity break free from worldly bonds and is regarded as supreme and unparalleled among all saints and sages. His teachings are rooted in the ancient wisdom of the Yoga Sutras, emphasizing meditation, self-discipline, and cultivating inner peace and happiness. Babaji serves as a spiritual guide, helping seekers overcome obstacles that prevent them from realizing their potential and achieving spiritual enlightenment. Through his disciples, he shared techniques for realizing one's true nature as an eternal spiritual being and achieving the ultimate goal of self-realization. Babaji encouraged his disciples to practice selfless service, helping others without expecting anything in return, highlighting service as a means of spiritual growth and enlightenment. He cultivated a sense of unity and oneness with all beings, emphasizing that all are interconnected and part of a greater whole. Realizing this interconnectedness is a key step on the path to spiritual enlightenment. His mysterious persona continues to intrigue spiritual seekers, and his influence on the spiritual world is profound. Babaji's incarnation as a human and his education under various gurus appear to have been intentional and purposeful, as he exists at an elevated level of spiritual consciousness and does not require birth. If you wish to seek him out, it is highly recommended to do so exclusively through a certified and validated Kriya yoga guru and refrain from attempting to do so independently. Thank you for exploring the life and teachings of Mahavtar Babaji.